Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. This is the Apex Online Racing iRacing Formula 3 League Season 2, round number 9 here at... Which track is it? Road Atlanta, yes, one I'm not particularly familiar with, so much so I forgot its name. My name's King Kodiak and I'll be one of your commentators throughout this evening's race. Joining me in the commentary box for this round and for this season, I'm happy to say, it is Simon.
Hello.
As the cars are going out on track to start the qualifying session, we have got 19 cars with us for this round. Before we have a look at who we've got, let us see who is where in the standings. Paul Ilbrink, of course, maintaining his commanding these 75 points up front. He stands very close to exceeding the championship with rounds to spare at this rate. Marcel Fassbender hanging on to that second position and scoring a win last time out. And then Osterkamp, Herman, Reed, Holstein, Kessler, Ryan, Martinson and Gadamer fighting out the rest of the top 10 in the teams. It is a bit closer towards the top. Radicals Online holding on to a lead of 51 points over SimRC. Then it is SimRC Dolphin, Comrade and SimRC Solo. So 3 of the top 5 are the SimRC boys. Then it is AOR Orange, Yellow and Blue in that order. Then it is the 2 Sim Sport News, or 2 of the Sim Sport News crews, rounding out the top 10. Now, for those unfamiliar with this series, they have 10 minutes to set their best of 3 laps. Oh, we have 20. We have a late join in the form of Daniel Morris. So they have 10 minutes to do their best 3 laps, or the best out of 3 laps, I should say, to claim to set the grid for the feature race. And it is solo qualifying, so everybody is out on track, but they cannot slipstream off of one another, and they can't get in anyone's way. So they're all roughly in the same point. We can hear everybody, but we can only see one individual car. That is Paul Ilbrink, for instance. Look at René Osterkamp. He's there. You can hear people around him, but can't see anybody else. Once this is done, the server is reset, and then we have a one-shot qualifying to set the grid for the sprint race that will follow. So where are we? We are here, Road Atlanta, 4 kilometers, 12 corners, 21 degrees, so relatively mild compared to where we normally are. Fairly comfortable temperature as Marcel Fassbender the first get a lot time on the board with a 1:12.667. Now, in the preceding practice sessions, it's actually been Luke Barton that's been the man to watch. So we will see if he is able to get back towards the top. Yet to get a time on the board. He just did 13.262, which slots him in 6th position. Oh wow, Paul Ilbrink, who was late to the sessions in the 13.8, so currently slots him in 11th. We were watching him early on, and he ended up with getting a bit of a wobble on. Christoph Holstein is in 3rd with a 13.0. He's actually back in the pits, oddly. He's got time to do it. It's a relatively short lap here. Now, this is a bit of a favourite of yours, I believe, Simon.
Yes, definitely personal favourite of mine. Both to drive it, racing, practice session, whatever, and to watch racing there. Really love the track and the flow, especially with turn 1, 2, 3, 4, the SS 5. Just flows so well, in my opinion.
Car number 21 has appeared in the form of David Santana. So a few more people getting in late on the action. René Osterkamp has taken the new pole spot with a 12.574. A surprisingly big gap between Fassbender and Holstein. Holstein back out on track. It's nearly 4/10, 2nd to 3rd, which I'm sure he's going to close up as the session continues. And Connor Ryan, nice to see him towards the sharper end. Kimi Larson, who's currently 5th. Erkel Lindström 6th. Phil Reed 7th. Ilbrink has jumped up into 8th position. There is... Oh, wow, Osterkamp. That's trouble. That's down at turn 7 and 6 and 7. As he's slammed into the wall backwards, lost his rear wing. And got himself going. So even the greats making mistakes here. There's Luke Bell. Go on.
He needs to be careful with that, unless he decides to say so. He needs to be careful with that lacking rear wing. I think someone in Suzuka decided to see what happens when you don't have a rear wing.
Oh, yes.
It sort of doesn't work.
No, and here is quite a twisty track where the corners are taken at speed, so really downforce is quite crucial to getting this. Oh, wow!
Jesus, Fassbender.
1:12.11. As Simon Grossman slots in between himself and Osterkamp, so it's a Sim RC domination up front, 1-2-3 at the moment, but still, wow, what a gap!
Jeez, I watched a lap from Max Verstappen of all people, who did a lap in the F3 car around Royal Atlanta earlier this week. He did a 1:11 with a bit of a toe, 1:11 down without so.
Oh, you're breaking up a bit.
Osman is 2/10 off Max Verstappen's best up.
Wow, that's nothing. That's something to be proud about. You're breaking up a little bit on my side, Simon. Just so you know, it's a bit of a shame. Holstein is out there. Most of the field have set their times. What a cracker from Fassbender. Where on earth? You can't say that was slipstream or anything like that because, as mentioned, they don't have anyone else around them. Well, they don't see anyone else around them, so they can't get a drag off of anybody else. So Fassbender, Grossman, Luke Barton jumped up into third. Oh, Holstein spun it. Oh, does he give it out of the wall? Just about. That's around turn 10. Only just keeps it out of the wall. Returns back to the pits. Well, he does have time to come out if he has any laps left. Sarah Dove is going slowly. Charlie Summers is still out there, going through that very same spot. His day's done. He's parking it up. Phil Reed, where are you? I'm not particularly familiar with the track, but I think that is heading down to turn 10, perhaps? Nope, that's heading down to 6 and 7. So he's still got about half the lap to do. Only himself, Morris, Marvin Sluman and David Santana. Santana not getting a lap on the board at all yet. Phil Reed currently near the middle of the field with a 1:13.2. Last lap invalid. What does Phil Reed get on the board this time? Streaming it towards turn 10. Well, 10A and 10B. We'll just call it the chicane of 10. Which is exactly where Holstein's just had his trouble. Under the bridge. And sweeps through 11 and 12. Looks like he's going to get this one finished. And that is over the line. It is a 12-9, which puts Phil Reed up into 8th position.
Yeah, a very relatively quick lap around Atlanta, which is why we would still, with like 2 minutes ago, have most people in the pits just waiting to get gridding now.
Yep, Phil Reed is actually still going, but I think he's done his time lapse now. David Santana yet to get a lap of the board as mentioned. Unless he gets a bit of a wobble coming through 6.
And Phil's just driving just to drive now.
Well, it's perfectly allowed to. They're actually at the same, but that's why, that's what it looks like with the single card qualifying. They're on the same bit of track, but they can't see one another. So Santana coming down towards that treacherous turn 10. Now, there's quite a few areas that can catch people out, as Simon was observing during practice.
Yeah, there's the right off the SS. You have the inside curve, which if you take that turn incorrectly, you can lose the rear, and especially when you have a high curve on the outside, it can definitely upset the car. Know that from both experience and from watching. And then there's the turn 10 chicane. While on the exit, I've seen few people go a bit too early and too hard on the throttle, and that's the rear go on. If you're lucky, you don't hit the wall on the other side.
And this is the section that I was referring to. So car balance, absolutely crucial through there. And exactly as you've just said, their walls are ready and waiting with open arms. Our 22nd driver has only just appeared. It's Knut Martinsen. Has left it very literally to the dying seconds. So, of course, not going to be able to get out on track and do anything. Santana's not going to be able to complete this lap. He's the only man out there. Everyone else has done their times. But yeah, just staring at Fassbender's time, that is absolutely stunning, especially in comparison to everyone around him. Luke Barton dividing the Sim RC camp, but there's still nearly 4/10 Grossman to Fassbender. Wow, are we going to see Marcel dominate this round? But, or have I just commentator cursed him? We've seen him do very well early on, only for it to kind of undo itself, and that is qualifying done. Let us have a look at our grid then as it stands. Marcel Fassbender with that incredible 1:12.111. And then it is a Grossman, Barton, Osterkamp, Ilbrink, Ryan, Lindstrom, Reed, Dove, Holstein, Summers, Larson, Imre, Ben. And then he said Benetton then. Bennett, Butler, Woodford, Morris, Boucher, Waldo, Sluman, Santana, and Martinson.
Yeah, and the grid actually goes back. If you can get a view on it, the grid actually goes back behind, in through the corner.
Oh yeah, so those started at the back.
Through the final corner. A guy like Kim Boston will literally start before the final corner. Then because the start and finish line at Road Atlanta is so close to the final corner that the grid slots are like that.
So, just waiting for everybody to grid up. We will be looking at about 34 laps of this circuit in this feature race, and then the sprint race will be about half that distance when we get there. The blimp going right over the field. So there is Luke Barton dividing the usual SimRC yellow up front. There is Paul Ilbrink, surprisingly far back. Bearing in mind, Paul hasn't finished lower than 4th all season, so he'll be looking to improve on that particular spot. The blimp is not in a great position right now. Let's get to the chopper cam. We are looking at René Osterkamp. There is the next Radicals online car spawning in. And we will get our race underway once everybody is gridded up. There we go, lights coming on. Oh no, Luke Barton I think has had a problem. He might be starting for the pit lane, which is a bit of a shame. Lights on, it is time to wind them up and let them go. Can the SimRC guys hang on to the lead? Well, they've had their divider already disappear. That's a great shame for Luke Barton. Didn't grid up in time. Here we come, streaming on down towards turn 1. Is everybody going to make it through? That's René Osterkamp having to go very wide. That's already Fassbender under pressure from Simon Grossman. There's no team orders going on there at SimRC. Various side-by-sides going on into the S's. Looks like everybody has made it through. Luke Barton has got underway. He started from the pit lane because he didn't grid up in time. Oh, what a great shame for him at qualifying right up there in 3rd and having to start last. But look at this. Marcel Fassbender under pressure from Simon Grossman. Simon Grossman's gone into the lead to go over the inside. 4 turn 6. Oh no, big pardon. I'm looking at the wrong car. They're all blooming yellow. Simon Grossman's already in the lead. And he's already begun to pull away. Slightly further back, that is Connor Ryan losing a position to Phil Reed. And looks like Marcel Fassbender is now under pressure from René Osterkamp. It is going off everywhere.
I definitely, I think, well, now Osterkamp's looking, what's that?
Big problem further back. Big problem further back. Ross Woodford is in trouble. What on earth happened back here? Let's get a bit of a replay on this. Oh, that went horribly wrong for Woodford and Evan Imre. And Connor Ryan's in trouble. He's fallen a long way down the field. Paul Ilbrink's gone into the pits already. Did something happen to Paul Ilbrink whilst we were looking at that?
I don't know.
Well, that's what happened to Connor Ryan. He just completely overshot that turn 10. No, he's just opting to go for a very early pit stop. Daniel Morris is in as well. So that's absolutely fine. Something's happened to Butler. Okay, you're jumping over the corners as well. So lots of people taking an alternate line through some of these areas. It's not really going to help them a great deal.
No, I know from experience from driving the strike earlier in the week, the bombs can be unforgiving.
Marcel Fassbender back up into the lead then. Simon Grossman in 2nd, Osterkamp 3, Reed 4, Holstein 5. And now it stands our top runners. Then you've got Lasse Erken, Lindstrom and Charlie Summers behind them. Here comes Osterkamp. Learn to put the pressure on Simon Grossman. So SimRC 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Does look like Osterkamp. Go on.
I think Woodford is gone. He towed into the pit lane.
Oh dear.
So he has a few minutes. He's in the car right now. Well, yeah, he has a bit of time in the pits.
He could come out. It might be worth his door. Oh, look at Phil Reed. Phil Reed looking to get on with it with René Osterkamp. That's the view from the nose of the number 44 AOR orange car. And he is really piling the pressure onto Osterkamp. There's only less than a second covers the top 4.
I was about to mention that the top 4 is extremely close by, and Holstein is not far behind either.
Look at that, Osterkamp feeling the need to defend the inside line coming into 6. You don't often see that. from someone like Rennie Osterkamp. Generally, he is that this is my line, deal with it. But wow, feeling the need to defend the inside line from Phil Reed. Holstein, exactly as you say, Simon, is only 4 tenths off the back of Phil Reed. So the top 5, less than 2 seconds separating them. Fassbender giving himself a bit of breathing space. There's 8 tenths between himself and Grossman. Here comes Osterkamp, then jumps on the inside of Simon Grossman. Can he get it done? Yes, he can before he gets to that turn 10 chicane.
Brilliant move there by Osterkamp. Went from going defensive into turn 7 to going aggressive into the turn 10.
Oh, but here comes Grossman again. Oh, Grossman's backed out of it. Oh, Holstein getting the fastest lap. There he is in the back of this particular train. Phil Reed looking to put the pressure on Grossman now, looking to demote the SimRC car number 46 slightly further down the grid. No, it doesn't quite happen. Phil Reed knows where he can and can't attack. This is allowing Marcel to get a second's lead. Look at that! Look at the 3. They're pretty much attached by an invisible rope.
The fall of Holstein is right behind them as well.
He is. He's closed in. He's got that fastest lap as you saw, and less than. He's still hovering around about 4 tenths behind Reed. He may just be opting not to get that close, but look at that on the nose again of Phil Reed. It's so close to Simon Grossman. You can tell what flavour chewing gum that Grossman's chewing at the moment. He's that close. Ross Woodford is out. He's left the session, so his day is done. What a great shame for him after that impact with Evan Imre. Evan didn't come in the pits, interestingly. So we'll keep an eye on it. Holstein getting very close. Reed had to get out of it to stop hitting the back, or not to hit the back of Grossman. And that's the view from Holstein. Interesting that the SimRC pairs stay very tight to the apex, where Phil Reed went for a wider line coming into that final turn. Marcel Fassbender again getting that fastest lap, 13.099, as Erkan Lindstrom and Charlie Summers have swapped position. Charlie up into 6th position, and they're only a couple of seconds behind that second to 5th battle. So Holstein again, I reckon Holstein's intentionally holding back. I don't think he's wanting to get quite that close, whereas Phil Reed is wanting to attack Grossman. He wants to get further up the field. He wants to divide those SimRC guys. I don't think the SimRC guys are working together as such, or if they are, Marcel Fassbender didn't get the facts. So he's running off to the distance now. 1.3 separates Fassbender and Osterkamp. Once again, those two up front is Phil Reed. Going to make a move here in the slipstream of Simon Grossman. Jumps out from that very slipstream then. He's alongside. He's going to have to go the wrong way round coming into that chicane. What is Phil going to do? He's committed to it. Can he get it done before he gets a no into the braking zone? And Grossman. Oh, that is close. Oh, well defended from Simon Grossman, but here comes Holstein. Here comes Holstein as well, and Erkan Lindstrom and Charlie Summers side by side. Right behind him as well. Fassbender is still extending that gap now into the 112s. Oh, Phil Reed getting the tail. Very loose of his car. Still side by side with Simon Grossman as they come into the S's. One of them is going to have to blink.
Side by side.
My goodness me. Simon Grossman's not letting that one go, and exactly why should he? Brilliantly driven by all of them.
Absolutely amazing battle from the chicane to the SS. Just the entire way that they go side by side for most of that, from the SS, from the chicane to the SS, just side by side. Holstein, Reed, and Grossman.
Charlie Summers and Erkan Lindstrom not too far behind them either. Less than a second separates Summers to Holstein. So something's going to happen again. Let's get on the chopper cam. I can find it.
Reed.
Yeah, Phil Reed again. He's got the run. He breaks early. Oh, nearly colliding with Holstein as they weave their way through that turn 10 chicane. Down they come. Who is going to blink first? And Holstein's fallen off the back a little bit from this battle. Again, Fassbender with the fastest lap. And Phil Reed is nailed to the back of Simon Grossman at the moment, but just cannot find a way past. Brilliantly defended from car number 46. Connor Ryan's brought his car into the pits. There is Charlie Summers and Erkan Lindstrom joining this party. So Simon Grossman's got a lot of defending to do. Well, he's had a lot of defending to do all day long. There is Rennie Osterkamp disappearing out the shop, just reminding us he's still there. That's the view from the gearbox of Simon Grossman. So he has got so much work to do. Phil Reed is just not giving him any quarter at all. Holstein, I think, is just biding his time. He's perfectly capable of getting into an offensive position, but he's just choosing not to.
I think Holstein might just be waiting to follow Phil through. If he can follow Phil through, he just has to get past Phil, really. Which makes his job much easier. So instead of having to pass two guys, you just follow one through and pass the other.
Very true. Right behind, Summers and Lindstrom still involved in their battle for 6th position. And Grossman giving himself a little bit of breathing space now over Phil Reed. But after very little time at all, it looks like that gap's now disappearing. And René Osterkamp hovering around 1.8. Oh, Ilbrink spun! Ilbrink has spun! What on earth has happened to our championship leader? He pitted it very early on.
That was out of 7?
6 and 7.
Yeah, 6 and 7, yeah.
Oh, he's had a problem. He's had a technical problem. He's stopped and he's reversing. What on earth has happened to Paul Ilbrink? Also, Luke Barton's in trouble. Luke Barton's had an issue as well. Yeah, there he is. He had a problem down at turn 10. Is Alexis Boucher, I think, already behind. Ran a bit wide and unsettled the car. Did he hit the wall? Oh! If he didn't, it was very, very close. He's then come into the pit straight after that. He had a standard pit stop, so I don't think he hit the wall. But, oh dear, Paul Ilbrink, what a disaster for him. He's in the pits now, so he will be very much out of the running. This is likely to be his worst. If he finishes 4th after that, he deserves the championship.
He's back in the pits again.
That's his first in. Oh no, beg your pardon. He was early pit stopper, wasn't he? Oh, here comes Reed and Grossman again. We've been talking about Paul Ilbrink side by side coming into turn 1. I think Phil made the move because he had to. Here comes Holstein. Is he going to make a move this time? He's that close to Phil Reed. No, they get into the S's once again, and he's probably going to back off a little bit. That seems to be the way he's doing this race at the moment. To just not be that close. Look at Phil Reed. He's doing everything he can to keep the pressure as intense as it can on Grossman. There he goes! Did Grossman have a bad run through the S's? But it's going to put Reed on the outside again. Brilliantly defended from Grossman. And still Phil Reed can't find his way past.
Well, the problem is, unlike Spa, which we had last week, you have the problem here is, unlike in Spa, where you have the counter train and you have like this bit here, little bit with Lacombe where you really can't follow, you can follow each other and race each other at Road Atlanta. And you can that after the biggest drafting spot, which is this long back straight, you can still go side by side until the S's they have showcased that. So it's really not where can I make the move and get away, it's more where can I make the move and then hope to get away.
Here's Reed and Grossman again. Reed has this time managed to stay alongside Grossman as they come through that turn 10 chicane through 11 and 12. Still side by side as they come into turn 1. Reed on the inside this time. He's got the move done. At last, it's taken him 9 laps. But Phil Reed now, well caught, and just manages, and only just manages to defend from Grossman as they now come through the S's themselves. Osterkamp is another 4 seconds down the road. Sleuven, Imre, and Sarah Dove in the pits now, serving their mandatory pit stop. Mandatory for the feature race, not for the sprint race. But can Phil Reed now pull away from Simon Grossman? It looks like that he's had the pace on him, but can he now utilise it? He would want Holstein to get involved and try and pull Grossman away from him, but we will see.
Well, the problem for Phil, if you want Holstein with him this time, now that Grossman is behind him, he has the slipstream from Phil Reed, as shown here. As he comes fast again.
Interesting. Phil Reed did not defend that inside line, so that's a bit of an odd one. Maybe he didn't expect Grossman to go for the move.
I think Grossman might be running lower wings actually than what Phil Reed is. I'm saying Phil had a lot of trouble getting past on the straight, meanwhile Grossman had so easy dragging and then getting past on the straight. Grossman was past before the chicane really.
And Phil Reed then straight back through, coming on the inside of turn 1. Reed! Oh, and he's going to hit the wall. Oh, in the blink of an eye, he finally gets the move done again. And then bounces off the wall. Oh, Phil Reed. What a huge shame for him. That now puts Holstein. Holstein's gone straight for Grossman. He's already under 2 tenths behind the SimRC 46. So we're going to see whether Holstein now opts to just start to attack now that Phil Reed is out of the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. So exactly as I was saying. So Holstein's got that slipstream down their back straight, along with, once again, Summers and Lindstrom behind them. But Holstein's going to have the outside line.
No, because he just see Stevie asking because it's a bit dark, if you may not have noticed. That's because the in-sim time right now is 8:12 in the evening. And with a track temperature of 21, it's a bit of it's not cool per se. Well, cool from racing standards, but it's the darkness that affects a lot here. You can see the reddish sun out with the long shadows.
Indeed. So Holstein staying with Grossman then as Summers and Lindstrom swap position again. They've now got Kimi Larson right with them, I think. Oh no, beg your pardon. That's Phil Reed that's back with them, or getting back with them after that argument he's had with the wall. That's Ilbrink. That's Paul Ilbrink, our championship leader, being lapped. Well, never ever thought I'd say that.
No, from Ilbrink, who has been so consistent throughout the entire season, and he throws it away at Road Atlanta. Also, I think something more happened between Dolphin Sluman and Steppen in the pits for 3 minutes now.
Yeah, we've lost Sourdough and Marvin Sluman, I think. Oh, there's Holstein again on Simon Grossman. Grossman parking in the middle of the track to defend as best he can, and that's Holstein not able to get the move done. No sign of them coming into the pits just yet. They're probably going to leave that as late as they can. Holstein can't cut underneath Grossman as they come through the final turn. Grossman defending that inside line with everything he's got. He's going to hold on to the inside of the apex. Holstein no way round on the outside. So here we go again. Grossman's fended off Phil Reed. Can he fend off Christoph Holstein in the same way behind them? Oh, well, that answered that one. Let's quickly look at that again.
It did feel as though he did hit the wall.
Oh, he caught that inside apex, just unsettled the car around. He went, oh, how was he going to recover from this? He gets out of the way, then spins it round, and that's down into 8th. Oh, there goes another one. That's Kimi Larson. So that is 8th position he's dropped down to. That'll please Phil Reed, who's now back up to 6th because of it. But oh my.
Actually, I think I don't know what happened to Marvin, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It happened a few laps ago, but it was out of the final corner. Did he? That's a weird one. This one.
I didn't catch up with what happened to Marvin Sleeman.
I'm just trying to look at where he was. I literally can't tell if he's hit or like there's a net code or something. He just loses it off the final corner, smashes into the wall. It hits it into the wall.
Oh dear.
Out of the final corner, 4 places.
It's pretty fast down there, so if you've had a problem, then it's going to be pretty dramatic, I would think. Let's have a quick reminder on who's where. Oh, Simon Grossman's in. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars that have been through the pits that are still running. Another 3 that we have lost. So let's have a look at who is where. Marcel Fassbender is continuing to lap the field. That is David Butelart that he has just gone past. Osterkamp 3.1 behind his fellow SimRC teammate. Holstein now a little bit free of initial competition. 6.6 behind Osterkamp and 1.8 ahead of the still warring Summers and Erke Lindstrom for what is now 4th position. Phil Reed, there he is doing his best to catch up with them. Oh, Alex Bennett's had a problem at the exact same point that Paul Ilbrink did. That's at turn 7. Wow, the car just let go. The Team Tepper number 22 has got himself going again. So Phil Reed in 6th, Kimi Larson a little bit on his own there for AOR Blue in 7th. Alexis Boucher, that distinctive multi-tone livery in 8th. Alexander Waldo in 9th for AOR Purple. Then it is a non-qualifying Knut Martinsen. So he started last, now up to 10th. Alex Bennett, we've just seen losing some tyre treads on the road in 11th. Santana is the last non-pitter in 12th. Grossman, because of his pit stop, now down in 13th. Connor Ryan in 14th for Radicals Online. Daniel Morris for AOR Red in 15th. Luke Barton, after that big problem he had early on in 16th position. Evan Imre in 17th. And it is Butilar, a lap down in 18th. That is, I think, René Oskamp just ahead of him. Then it is Paul Ilbrink, the last of our runners in last position.
Yeah, I found out what happened to Dove as well. I think she mentioned it in the comments of the YouTube chat, but she's just spun in the curb.
Yeah, these curbs are pretty lethal.
Yeah. Actually, I think we didn't mention, but Luke Barton, he gridded up at the start of the race, and was on the grid for quite a bit. I think he may have done what Phil did at Coda, for the feature. What Phil did for the feature in Coda, which was he went in to try and change something, but just as he goes in, because he's registered to be on the grid, and the last guy grids up with like 20 seconds to spare, the starting sequence begins. Which means that when he then goes back in to fix something, he still counts as being on the grid. So the start sequence begins, which means it then forces him to miss the start.
Oh dear!
Start, which is a penalty start, which is a pit lane start.
A shame for Luke Barton, as I've just seen him going past a lagging Daniel Morris. The field now fairly spread out, as we are hitting the halfway stage in this race. Just under 20.5 minutes to go, and Marcel once again in a field of 1. He's getting consistently in the high 12s, high to mid 12s. In fairness, René Osterkamp's fastest lap was only 0.02 of a second slower than Marcel's, but at the moment just 3.2 behind, so not able to close that gap down. So
Osterkamp Fassbender just showing then a completely different dimension compared to Ronaldo. Fassbender has 3 seconds down to Osterkamp and is consistently doing sub 13s. Osterkamp slowed down a bit and like now pace with Holstein behind him, but he has 7 seconds down to Holstein and still slightly increasing that gap. It's 10 seconds from Fassbender to Holstein. It's 4 seconds from Fassbender to the first guy outside the podium, which is Summers.
Summers is closing in on Holstein little by little, lap on lap, as we've just seen Alexis Boucher coming. Oh, Waldo's round. Alexander Waldo. Whoa, on the exit of the S's. It is rather where Grossman had trouble as well. He's had to be very careful about how he re-enters. That's Martins and Bennett. There goes Santana. And that is then 11th position he's re-emerged in. And that's another fastest lap from Marcel Fassbender. By 4,000ths of a second, then goes to Osterkamp. Wow.
That's Osterkamp almost matching. I think it's almost exactly matching. Almost matching his qualifying lap.
Wow.
As well, with Fassbender. Osterkamp and Fassbender just say qualifying laps in the race like it's nobody's business.
Was no one anywhere near them, so any wonder. As Lindstrom and Summers, after their fighting, both come into the pit. I'm just going to have a look at them. Who's going to emerge ahead of who? Summers was ahead of Lindstrom when they came in, so...
Yeah, I think Summers was was 4th. Came from 4th, Lindstrom I think came in from 6th.
Ironically, Alexander Waldo, because of that spin, is now right in between Summers and Lindstrom. That is not what Urquhart would have wanted.
Nope.
Alex Bennett. Oh! Big problem for Alex Bennett.
Yeah, he's lacking the essential.
Ow! That'll be the end of his race then, as he's smacked into the ball pretty hard. And yep, he's recovered to the pits. That is the end of car number 22. The Team Tepper racer is out.
Yeah, we have a bit of a mouthful here. I just saw I think that Daniel Morris just but I just saw him with his speed going minus 60,000 something.
Wow.
I think it was lag, I think, but it's still weird when you see that pop up like minus 6,187 kilometers an hour.
Someone's found a jet engine. That's impressive.
Well, Father Gideonson decided to put it on the wrong way.
Yep, he wants an extra challenge. As that's Alexander Waldo in from 11th position.
Paul just
Martinson's round. Again, that's the S's that's caused trouble. There's the
No, that's before the SSS turn 3. That's where Phil Reed lost it.
that's on the that's he's where Phil Reed died. You're absolutely right. It's on the way to the S's. So Canute then reappears in 9th position. He was up into 6th before that moment.
Oh my god.
Fassbender.
Oh, aliens.
Osterkamp's in. So that's only going to leave about half a dozen cars that have not been through the pits as yet. Holstein is in as well. As Fassbender is opting to continue. He's pushing on for that. He wants to beat his quali lap. Goodness me.
Temporary up into P2.
Phil Reed is indeed up to P2.
No,
Wow.
Okay, but Alex, I'm a giant bottle. Apparently.
Yeah.
His own words.
His own words. Up, the Santana in. So that's only going to leave 4 cars that haven't been through. Canute Martinson is opting not to come in at the moment. Is one of them. Fassbender, Reed and Larson are the other 3 cars yet to see the pit lane. Where is Fassbender? Coming down to turn 10, the chicane of 10. And that ahead of him is Alexander Waldo in 16th place. In he comes. So that is race leader Marcel Fassbender coming in with 15.5 minutes remaining. So around about 14 laps, give or take. Left. Is Phil going to come in at this point? Yes, he does.
Yes.
Kimi
Keeps
Larson?
it on right.
What about?
Through the chicane. Let's see if he keeps it right.
Yep. Oh, no. Kimi Larson is going to lead the race for a brief period of time.
Yep.
What about Canute? The only other man not to pit at the moment. What does Canute choose to do? That's Simon Grossman you just saw in the background of the shot. As everybody else.
Into turn 10A, turn 10B. I see Showman L.
And in comes
into
Canute.
the pits.
In he comes. So that is everybody but our now race leader Kimi Larson. So Marcel came out in 2nd. 4 seconds ahead of Rene Osterkamp. So just goes to show how much of a different league that Kimi is in. But Charlie Summers is right on Phil Reed's tail now. So those two now really closed up. And there's Erkut Lindstrom. Oh, Phil got out of the way. So whether Phil is... bearing in mind, Phil's already been into the wall. So Phil could be struggling to keep that car under control. Or Phil ended up with a slowdown. I don't think he did because it looked fairly clean to me. Here comes Erkut Lindstrom to demote Phil Reed another position. Canute came out in 15th position. Oh, Boucher. Oh, Boucher's missing a rear wing. That's down to the S's again. That seems to be...
Again!
That particular point, if there's a marshal down there, he's collecting a lot of souvenirs.
Yeah.
Well, we know how... We know... Oh, my God. Not only is he not got a rear wing, but that thing does not want to go straight. Don't drive it, Alexis. There we go. He's recovered it. Another one gone.
The permanent drift.
Yeah, the crab style of driving. There is Summers, Reed, and Lindstrom.
If there's a marshal, which probably is by at the exit of that SS, he can almost own his own debris shop.
He could probably build another car with the bits he's got down there. He just needs an engine now.
He probably have multiple.
Yeah. There was Holstein just going out of the shot. Doesn't look like Phil Reed's willing to let Lindstrom go, so it makes me think that Phil Reed may have had a slowdown warning that Charlie Summers was able to capitalise on. Because he just jumped out of his way, but he's not willing to kind of jump out of Lindstrom's way. So that's a real scrap now for 5th.
Yeah, well, interestingly, that if to get a bit of control and try and work together, can maybe catch up to Holstein in front. Also, definitely turn this in from a battle for P4 to a battle for the podium.
Could well be. Could well be. Phil thinking about it, but no, opts not to dive on the inside of the AOR yellow of Charlie Summers.
Well, Kim Lawson is just continuing onwards ahead.
He's enjoying leading the race. Paul Ilbrink is on the back of David Butelar. Now those two back on the lead lap. Ilbrink, of course, looking to do a bit of damage limitation here. Wants to get through Butelar as quickly as he can. He gained 1.5 seconds last lap around on Butelar. So Ilbrink, of course, getting quite close to... Well, he's on leader's pace at the moment. So I think it's fair to say that Ilbring very much out of position, considering that strange incident where he was reversing. And past Butalari goes into 16th place. Phil Reed piling the pressure onto Charlie Summers for 5th.
Just looking interesting. I don't know if it's just Ilbring keeping consistent pace or what is or whatnot, but his fastest lap really hasn't been for the top position really this race. His fastest is a 12.9, which is Lindstrom, Grossman, like 7th and 8th. What they're doing.
Well, Phil Reed on Charlie Summers. Oh, does manage to get that door closed before they get into the turn 10 chicane. And back up into 5th position for Phil Reed. And Kimi Larson is in. So Kimi Larson has finally brought his car in, giving the lead back over to Marcel Fassbender, resuming at 3.5 second lead he has over Ronnie Osterkamp. Where is Kimi Larson going to reappear? It's going to be... That's Simon Grossman, who is in 8th. Is Kimi going to hold on to the 7th? Oh, Grossman couldn't quite clear the AOR Blue coming 99. Oh, wow, nice move. Didn't want to be stuck behind him any longer than he had to. Sweeps round the outside of Kimi there before he was able to get up to speed. And that is 8th then for Kimi Larson, 7th for Grossman. And
Grossman just stammering for one saying, no, mine.
Very much so. Big statement number 10. Phil Reed's already got himself half a second over Charlie Summers. Once again, this battle between Charlie Summers and Erkan Lindstrom has resumed. There goes Lindstrom on the outside of Summers heading towards that turn 10, but Summers getting a slipstream off of Phil Reed. Phil doesn't know who he's going to defend against. Oh! Just able to resume the racing line side by side for Lindstrom and Summers. And Erkan Lindstrom emerges on top in 5th position. Then Charlie demoted another spot, but we saw how they were battling before the pit stop rounds. And that is going on again. And Charlie nearly ramming into the back of Erkan Lindstrom. And Erka's going to have the inside line, but Charlie sweeps around the outside and retakes her 5th position. Nicely done.
Yeah, and for Curry is just smiling because also he can now set pace after Holstein if he wants to.
Indeed, 1.3 seconds separates Summers and Reed, so Phil Reed using the opportunity well to get away from that warring pair. Whoops, that's knock on well for Charlie Summers. A bit of an interesting line on the exit of the S's.
A bit wide. If you go to one there, you're dead.
He saved it well.
I'm speaking from experience here.
Did you introduce yourself to that particular wall, Simon?
A few times.
I can easily see. I can see how easy that would happen. I mean, I'm laughing. I haven't turned a lap in iRacing, and I have no intention to. I know where my talents lie. It is not behind the wheel.
I mean, we have seen other people do it from all around the field.
Well, yeah, if the best can throw their cars into the wall, then I got no chance.
Yeah. I feel happy that I can make the same mistake as these guys do.
Yeah.
Just wasn't doing the right thing. Not correctly, but doing the right thing.
Wow, Fastbender still getting into the 12.5s. 1:12.563 last time around.
Osterkamp made a mistake. You just dropped 3 seconds.
Did Osterkamp make an error? Let's have a quick look. Go back a little bit. That is... Who's he just gone by? That's David Butelar. He might have been held up a bit behind the number 7 car of David Butelar. So that might have cost Osterkamp a bit of time. Yeah, Fastbender is absolutely gone. Lindstrom and Summers is the only close battle we got.
I found out what Osterkamp made. He ran a bit wider turn 3.
Aha. Good spot. Oh, here comes Lindstrom again. On Charlie Summers, that favourite spot coming into that turn 10 chicane. He's going to have the inside for the first apex. What is Charlie Summers going to do? Is he going to let him go? Yep, Erkan Lindstrom got that one complete before committing to the turn. Oh, Charlie, a little point.
Again.
12.
1:12.541.
Wow.
That's 31,000th of his best time. That's his third, and the very least third 1:12.5. That man is not human. He's an alien.
Speaking of, look at Ilbrink. He's just done his personal best of a 1:12.582. That is 41 thousandths of a second slower than Fassbender.
Well, someone did go faster than Fassbender. Luke Barton.
Did he? Where is
Yeah.
Mr. Oh my goodness, yeah.
8-9.
So he did. Well, well, well. Our practice star and third place starter in this race is closing in on Kimi Larson. Yeah, 1:12.49. Didn't spot that one. Good one on there. Oh, that's Ilbrink and Santana side by side. Oh, well, Paul Ilbrink. Oh, there goes David Santana. Wow, let's just look at that again. As Ilbrink was on the inside. Oh, just Santana trying to give him room. Just wanders a bit too wide. I don't think it was. I think he just made a mistake. He just gave too much room and ran out of track.
Yeah. Meanwhile, someone's passed Alka Lindstrom again. And
Yeah. Oh,
sneakily...
side by side. Oh, there goes Summers on the inside again. Oh, Lindstrom looking to cut back underneath him on the exit of turn one. No, can't get it done before that. Oh, Luke Barton again. Wow, now as the track temperature changed, I wonder, because the lap time is just changing hands. 1:12.406. What a stunning time.
Actually, the track time is still 21, but the ambient temperature has dropped to 20. But it's now half past 8
Oh,
in same time.
Luke Barton got that fastest lap by 0.003 of a second from Paul Ilbrink. Wow. As Ilbrink is closing in on Canoe Martinson to claim 14th position with only 5 minutes, 5 and a bit minutes of racing remaining.
Actually, Barton is now pressuring Kimi Larson for 8th.
He is indeed. The SimSport News Racing car number 12 flies past on the inside. I don't think Kimi was going to have much of an answer to that. Luke Barton then up into 8th position. He's got 3.5 seconds to close into Simon Grossman. Not really going to have enough time to do it at the pace difference they got, but you never know. If anybody makes a mistake, then Luke could well capitalise on that.
So that was he was sneaking close and close. Was full read on Holstein. Well, Holstein just responded, putting the foot down.
A couple of seconds between them.
Yeah, Holstein doesn't really want to make any mistake right now, seeing as he's still on. He has 4 minutes to keep 0 incident points. And that's another 2. That's another 2 points.
Another 2 points. Yeah, it is indeed. And Marcel Fassbender, the only other person to be on 0 incidents at the moment.
Yes.
Ilbrink staring at the back of Canoe Martinson.
I believe there's also points for Lindstrom, Larson, and Larson if they keep it, because they don't have 1 incident point, which I believe is 1 point as well.
Osterkamp as well. Oh, something's happened to Daniel Morris. That's at the end of the S's again. He caught.
Where else would it be?
A lagging Daniel Morris. Sweeping through, catches that inside apex a little bit too much, round he goes. Keeps it under the wall. No, he doesn't. He actually, he could have hit the brakes and stopped, but didn't. He just bounced off the wall, reared Burgess in 12th. And he's got, that's Alexander Waldo for company there. Oh, Ilbrink is right with Canoe Martinson now. And that's that back straight. You would think that Ilbrink's just going to breeze past Canute. Oh, Holstein's round at exactly the same point on the exit of the S's. Oh, he ran wide on the exit this time. Has he hit the wall? Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Oh,
he can't control the car. He can't control the car. That thing is moving around. That car can't go straight. Oh, it gets in the way. I think that's Luke Barton gets in the way.
It was, yeah.
Ever so slightly. Yeah, look at the rear end of that thing. That thing, it does not want to go straight.
He's determined. I'll give you that, Holstein, but you are causing a bit of a problem there, my man.
Yeah.
He's in the ball again. Yeah.
That's over.
Yeah, that's going to be done. You can't. Maybe he's trying to straighten the wheels. Maybe if I hit it hard enough again, it'll straighten it. It's the old, if I hit it with a hammer, it'll work.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry to say,
No.
it doesn't.
You're going to have to let that go, I'm afraid. Ilbrink has, oh, crikey, he's absolutely left Martinson for dead.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a hard hit for Holstein.
Yeah, Gustav Holstein.
Just running curb an entire right side smashes into the wall.
He doesn't even make it into the pits. He's
Can you
actually
get
gone.
in?
He missed the pit lane entrance. Whether he's probably struggling to turn the car now. I think he's going to have to park that. There he is. He's brought it to a stop.
Unless
He's
he's
brought it
gonna,
to a stop.
yeah, right by the exit road like a professional.
Oh, he's yeah. Or he's just going to stay there until the race is finished.
Yeah, you know, close to the finish line, you can just roll.
Oh, well,
when
that could be it. He's going to wait for the checkered flag to fall and then crawl over the start finish line.
could he at the very least just reverse bed into the into the emergency exit.
True.
Just you know, just in case anyone spins that they don't all of a sudden see a bright cyan car parked and hit that thing.
Just over a minute remaining then as Fassbender streams on towards. Where is he coming to? Turns 6 and 7. I think it's fair to say he's been absolutely untouchable for the race long. Oh, Waldo and Morris are pretty close together. There they are. Daniel Morris also coming a bit of a cropper against the wall. Alexander Waldo not able to make a move on it. That's a lagging Daniel Morris again.
Lagging and more just locked up.
And
As Osman isn't. No man, he isn't quite far behind. He's not going to catch up to him. That's Fassbender out of the chicane down round the final corner to start the final lap of this race with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, beat the flag by 30 seconds. And he actually had a bit of a slide coming into that, or out of rather, that turn 10 chicane. So even the mighty Fassbender could still throw it all away, although he's got 8 seconds to Osterkamp. Absolutely unreal pace that he's shown.
He's been an absolute alien this race, entire race, just alien pace. Been super quick, super consistent. Absolutely amazing drive for Fassbender, you can't deny that.
Nope, absolutely not. The checkered flag is out, awaiting car number 49 to complete the lap through turn 7. That's Knut Martinsson ahead. I wouldn't be so at all surprised if Knut opted to just let him go, so he has to do one less lap. I certainly would. Towards turn 9. Knut will know he's there.
Knut wants to do another lap, that's completely out on him.
Well, yeah, true. It would be up to Knut Martinsson.
Let's see, chicane, what does Knut do here?
Up to Luke Barton. Nothing's up to Luke Barton.
If Knut takes another lap.
Okay, he's going to take another lap. And Holstein has moved. Oh, he was crawling towards the line. So your winner here, and with the fastest lap on the final lap with a 12.3.
Unreal.
Of course he did. It is Marcel Fassbender. 8 seconds, oh, nearly 9 seconds down the road was Ronnie Osterkamp. And there is Phil Reed. Considering that Phil's been in the wall as well, that's a great recovery drive for him to come home in 3rd position. Charlie Summers winning out that battle between himself and Erkid Lindstrom for 4th. There is the News Racing Erkid Lindstrom.
Barton, what have you done? What have you done?
Oh dear, that's not the ideal line through that turn 10 chicane. Oh, he's just dropped it coming through that very chicane, but Connor Ryan some way down the road. So he should be fine with that. Speaking of, there is Connor Ryan coming through the final chicane.
We're having a lost. Waldo is passing Morris on the very final lap.
Well, Morris has been struggling with a wounded car for a while, so Alexander Waldo does claim that 11th spot. That's Paul Ilbrink right behind them. Started 5th, pitted early, spun, bounced off the wall, came to the pits again, and is going to come home in 13th place. The last man on the lead lap is the AOI yellow car number 20 of Knut Martinsson. Well. What a crazy race that was. So to confirm the results as they currently stand, it is Fassbender, Osterkamp, Reed, Summers, Lindstrom, Grossman, Larson, Barton, Ryan, Imre, Waldo, Morris, Ilbrink, Martinsson, Santana, Butenar, Holstein. Those that didn't see the checker flag were Boucher, Bennett, Sluman, Dove and Woodford. Wow. Absolute mad. Absolutely mad. We're going to take a break at this point to get the next service set up, and we will then have the one-shot qualifying session to decide the grid for the sprint race. So do stick with us, and we'll be back with you as soon as we can. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AOR iRacing Formula 3 League. We are just about to get qualifying underway for the sprint race. Qualifying is, I should say, underway for the sprint race. As mentioned before, it is a one-shot qualifying outlap, one-time lap, and that is it. We've seen how easy it is to make a mistake here, so it should be interesting to see who is going to brave the best of this particular track, or get the best out of this particular track. Joining me back in the box is Simon. Welcome back to you.
Thank you.
Now, did have a quick chat with Paul Ilbrink to figure out what on earth happened to him. He hit a road cone on the way out of the pits after his really early pit stop, and then got it stuck under the car. So he was losing 3 to 4 tenths in the corners, tried to dislodge it without having to come back into the pits, which is why we saw him reversing. Didn't work, so he had to come back into the pits anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fortunate. That's really what you wish to have, which is that cone stuck in your aerodynamic parts. Seeing someone do it at Le Mans, which is, well, unfortunate.
Marcel Fassbender, the first one to get underway. Let's follow him through a lap then as we sweep through the first few turns. Turn 1 over the crest and then into the twisty part that precedes the S's 2, 3 and 4. And then into this section. It's caught so many people out. If we get into the cockpit, you'll see how tricky it is. A lot of it, you're blind to where the apex is. Through 5, starts to weave the way down the hill towards 6 and 7. A few mistakes happened here during the feature race. Of course, Fassbender keeping that sweet and true. On the exit of 7 then, on the long, near enough straight, there's turns 8 and 9 in the middle of it. But this is where most of the slipstreaming was going on into that turn 10 chicane. He's over to the right hand side to straight line it as much as he can, and he's going to be heavy on the brakes down through the gears. Here it comes, turn number 10. We saw a few people straight line that in the early part of the feature race. Oh, Marcel getting a little bit fidgety on the exit of that turn, now through 11 into 12. Now what does Fassbender get on the board? It is a 1:12.381. So he's a couple of tenths off of the time he did for the feature race pole. That's actually, if anything, is slightly slower than the fastest lap he did in the feature race. But in come the times then. Osterkamp 2, Barton 3, Grossman 4. In they come. Wow, Ilbrink 4th this time. So starting much further up the grid than previously. Who's still up?
I think it was almost still a mistake, which was why he's so far down. He was catching a rear thing out of turn 3, my cameras were true. And I don't expect anything from David Santana. He lost it as well out of turn 3 and smashed it into the wall.
Oh dear. So a few people still to complete their laps. I've got 1.5 minutes to finish that off. And looking at Phil Reed coming through 6 and 7. Summers completed his lap early one. Sluman is through as well. As you can see, Sarah Dove up into 7th. Nice effort, 13.3. Nice and lovely starting position there. So it's just Reed, Waldo and Morris to get a time on the board. Every week I get a notification of some description. Damn you, Windows. Leave me alone.
I got mine in the rake, so...
Here they come.
Phil
Here comes Phil. And that is a 13.1. That jumps him up to 6th, if I'm not mistaken. There he goes.
Yep.
Nicely done. Waldo's got a little way to go yet. Here comes Daniel Morris. In the closing stages of the session through that turn 10 chicane. Through the last few turns. What does he put on the board? A 14.1. That's going to put him in 15th position. No, 16th position, sorry, behind Alexis Bichet. Last one on track is Alexander Waldo. What's he going to do? Down the hill. Last man to clock a time. 14.5. That's only going to put him ahead of Santana.
Oh, yeah, Santana who didn't at the time.
So, our grid then. Once again, it's Fassbender on the front. with Osterkamp, Barton, Ilbring, Grossman, Reed, Ryan, Dove, Butelaar, Lindstrom, Imre, Larson, Martinson, Bennett, Boucher, Morris, Summers, Sluman, Waldo and Santana. 20 cars are what we're going to have this time around.
Well, I think Barton just ought to be under grid when the star sequence starts.
Well, yes. Yeah, that does kind of help.
Well, yeah, Fassbender again, just showing his alien around the track.
Well, let's see if he can convert it to a double win. I mean, he's really capitalising on Paul Ilbring's unfortunate first race. So,
I mean, if he continues like he did in the feature, then yes, he definitely has a chance.
Absolutely, and there's still 2 more rounds after this, so the championship is not done and dusted, even though Paul does have, or did have, I should say, a comfortable lead coming into this race. But then, tables could turn. We've seen Fassbender have disastrous rounds earlier on in the season, so it's by no means done and dusted. But you never ever give up until the checker flag falls on the final race.
Well, as to say, it is no until the fat lady sings.
Indeed, I can be a woman. I can be a woman for that particular role. I already have the size.
I mean, Snapchat has made that possible as well.
They're just waiting for the last few cars to grid up. They got 40 seconds to get onto the field.
And just to poke a call out so we can get going. Waldo, Bennett, Morris on the grid now, please. Thank you.
Ding dong. 21 laps is the maximum we're going to face in this race. Usually that comes down by 1 or 2, so expect about 20 laps here for the sprint race.
Mr. Waldo, Mr. Morris, would you please turn onto the grid?
That's Morris, just waiting on Waldo. 15 seconds, like it or not. There he is. So then, the lights will come on. Here we go. For the sprint race then. All lights on. It is time to wind them up and let them go. A great start then from, wow, a brilliant start from Barton. Then Ilbring looking to pile the pressure on. A cracking start from Luke Barton, really looking to recapture that practice pace, and nearly slams into the side of Osterkamp. Then 3 wide is Paul Ilbring. What a great run he's had. He's up to 2nd position now, as Osterkamp and Ilbring still, they're side by side, but Ilbring then up into 2nd, really not looking to repeat the misfortune of the first race. Looks like everybody's made it through okay, all 20 cars still running, but already 8/10 for Fassbender. But anything can change in the blink of an eye. So much going on. Luke Barton, there he is. He's got Grossman behind. So that's a decent start then for Luke, although he's lost a position. Oh, go on.
Lindstrom just looked at the inside of Dove into turn 7. Just by peak.
Yeah, well, the sprint race is the race where they're going to try these moves as early as they possibly can. There is Osterkamp and Ilbring slipstreaming down towards that turn 10. Chicane. Whoa! Crikey behind them. Barton and Grossman almost touching wheels, with Phil Reed getting involved in that particular battle. Grossman stuck in the middle. Can Phil Reed get the drive he needs? Oh, that's Barton. That was Luke Barton. Oh my goodness! What a shame. He was doing so well. Can't get hold of him there. Oh wow! He's hit someone. Oh, he hit the wall and then slam. That's Evan Imre that's hit him. Oh my goodness, Imre. Oh no, and that's another one that's Grossman's in the pits. So something happened to Simon Grossman as well. What on earth happened to him? He wasn't involved in that. He just lost it on the start finish straight, battling Phil Reed. So Grossman is out. That's Evan Imre, Luke Barton, David Butelaar, and Marvin Sluman all gone. Well, I say gone, they're in the pits. They could re-emerge, but there's almost no point in them doing so in the sprint race. And oh my goodness. Chaos then in the opening of the sprint race, but jumping back up to the front, Marcel Nels 1.2 seconds overrunning Osterkamp. Paul Ilbring in 3rd as the rest of the field. So we have 15 cars remaining. At that rate, by about 5 laps, everybody will be dead.
Yeah. Oh, well, Fassbender will possibly be running alien pace, but that's about the only thing. Though, like three things are certain about this right now: life, taxes, and Fassbender being an alien.
Yeah, absolutely. As Osterkamp beginning to get into his stride now, getting some distance between himself and Ilbring. There's Phil Reed. Now he's shaking. Oh, go on.
Oh, just Fassbender 112.8.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Only guy doing stuff still with high fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That man is something else.
Charlie Summers, Alex Bennett, Canute Martinson all fairly close together. Well, Charlie Summers has got himself 7/10 over Alex Bennett. Canute looking to try and get past the Team Tepper number 22. And behind them is Alexis Boucher, who's got Alexander Waldo for company for 13th position. Oh, someone had an argument with the wall. I thought I heard a bang there. No. Oh, yeah, that's Alexis Boucher.
Yep,
I thought I heard a bang. Yeah, it was Alexis Boucher.
He did a bang, and there was a bang.
Oh, yeah, he's lost it on the exit of the S's. Nose first into the wall, and that's, so, yep, that's another one gone. 14 cars remain. We will have no one left before the checkered flag falls at this rate.
I know everyone jokes around with the rule of an elimination race, but this is saying a bit too.
A bit. Whoa, that's Martinson and Bennett side by side in the turn 10 chicane. Still side by side as they've exited that one. Ilbring now on the fastest lap board. And Canute's going to try and sweep round with as much momentum as he can. Still side by side with the car number 22. As Santana is going slowly. He's had a problem. What's he done? He's lost it on that chicane. So that's his day done. Actually Bennett managed to fend off. Oh! No, that's not how you do it. Oh, that was Charlie Summers. Charlie Summers has had a problem. What's happened to him? I'm struggling to keep up with everybody. What happened to Charlie Summers?
That's no one. He just lost it out on free.
Yeah, he did indeed.
Oh, just about avoided the barrier as well.
So there you see Alex Bennett jumping over the chicane as Charlie Summers rejoins the track. So Canute now ahead of that particular battle, jumping up towards the front. Marcel has lost some lead. It's now under a second between himself and Osterkamp, and Osterkamp still fending off Paul Ilbrink. There behind, Phil Reed, Connor Ryan, Kimi Larson and Sarah Dove pretty close together. So
are we actually going to have a battle for P1 here?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I mean, you're still Fassbender ahead.
Fassbender lost a couple of tenths, and Paul Ilbrink with the fastest lap this time. So we might.
1:06.
Yeah, indeed. At this stage of the
we're
race.
down qualifying phase now.
Well, they wouldn't have fueled up so heavily for the sprint race, you would think. So, but Ilbrink is determined to not let Fassbender get away from him. But he's got the rolling roadblock. I lost the camp at the moment. Ilbrink not able to do anything about it at the moment. Into 6 and 7. Surely this time is going to be... Oh, wrong way. We can look backwards. There is the ever-present Paul Ilbrink. Not even 4 tenths between them at this stage. This has been where the best slipstreaming, best overtaking opportunities have come. Doesn't look like Ilbrink's closing in. He was closing in now. But no, I think he's backed off. I think he's holding position at the moment. He didn't fancy trying to make that move at the Mo. But behind them, Phil Reed, Connor Ryan. Connor keeping the pressure on Phil Reed. This will be a very good result for Connor if he's able to convert it into the position he's in. There's Erkel Lindstrom behind. Of course, he was having that massive battle with Charlie Summers last time around.
Summers and Bennett are bound for P10 now.
Yep, there they are. Charlie having that big spin. Oh, that's... Oh, Phil Reed's off. What happened there? He just went too wide on turn 1. Oh, well saved.
Bunny hopping over the grass.
And he just managed to shut the door on Erkel Lindstrom. Erkel now right with him. And yep, he's going to let Erkel Lindstrom go. He's probably had a slow down warning for jumping over the chicane. There is that battle with Sarah Dove and Kimi Larson. Paul Ilbrink is within 3 tenths of Rene Osterkamp. Once again, happening absolutely everywhere. But Paul Ilbrink can't afford to sit behind Rene Osterkamp because Rene's cost 4 tenths to Paul on Fassbender.
So Osterkamp going defensive again.
Indeed he is. 1.2 between Osterkamp and Fassbender there. You've just seen car 49 fly through the shot. Oh, Erkel Lindstrom and Phil Reed. They were side by side coming through that turn 10, I think. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, they were indeed. Phil manages to fend off Erkel Lindstrom behind them. Kimi Larson and Sarah Dove swap round. So Kimi now up into 7th place.
They joined that Phil Reed and Lindstrom battle, I'd have them.
Well, yeah, they are. Yeah, that's now a 4-car train. Whoop, there went a bit of... Oh, Connor Ryan's round. Connor Ryan is round. What has happened to you? Oh, he hit a road cone and spun it round. So that'll be the bit of debris I saw flying around. So Connor Ryan has managed to avoid hitting anything, but that has dropped him right the way down into 10th position. Up front, though, Marcel has lost time on the two behind him again. So either he's just not getting into the same flow he was before, or he's teasing the pair behind him.
That would be flexing hard if he's teasing them this hard. He's actually mean. I'll put him in the mean category.
Oh, Erkan Lindstrom on Phil Reed on the inside of that turn 10 chicane. He's got the move done. Up into 4th then for Erkan, but Phil Reed coming straight back at him on the exit of that chicane. It's going on the inside line for the last couple of turns. Right behind Kimi Larson and Sarah Dove are changing blows as well. Phil Reed is still side by side with Erkan Lindstrom coming into the first turn. Who's going to win out on this one? Surely Phil Reed is. Can he keep it on the road this time? He does. But here comes Kimi Larson to get involved and chooses not to commit to that before they get to the S's. Whoa, Kimi Larson on the outside of Erkan Lindstrom and Sarah Dove looking to try and do the same move as well, side by side coming through the S's. Oh, it's not often you see that going on, but all three of them make it through with Kimi Larson up into 5th position. Charlie Summers and Connor Ryan have just swapped position. Alex Bennett is in that particular battle. Wow, it is. We've got a lot of battling going on everywhere.
Yeah, I think Bennett's looking at the riff. Summers and Ryan, Dove, Lindstrom, and Lawson is having the little scrap. Ilpring is close to Osterkamp again. Get by the 10-8 and B chicane.
Yeah, he's getting close, but he's either not making the move, he's not able to make the move. So all three of the top guys in 1:12.8 lap time. Oh, Osterkamp's round! Oh, Hilbrink! How on earth did you manage that? I'm going to actually watch that from Paul's perspective. Oh, look how quickly that snapped. Hilbrink just jammed on the brakes, gets slightly sideways and does avoid the sideways sliding Osterkamp, but that has dropped Rene right into the clutches of Phil Reed, who's broken free of Larson, Lindstrom and Dove, but they could be fighting like crazy. That could bring that pack of three in right behind him, but now Ilbrink is free to chase after Fassbender.
Yeah,
I think that's a dead Waldo. What's happened there? Oh, he'd had an incident already. He's lost his rear wing. What happened there? Oh, he's gone backwards into the wall at turn 10 and then chosen to carry on.
We saw it as Suzuka. We said don't do it. What does Waldo do? He does it at Road Atlanta.
Oh, Sarah Dove had a look on the inside of Lindstrom there, but didn't go for the move. Remaining where she is at the moment.
Can you just highlight something here? The gap between Fassbender and Ilbrink Osterkamp top 3 was so big that Osterkamp could spin first, then turn around his car and only lose the
one
spot
position
to Ilbrink.
Yeah.
Only the spot to Ilbrink.
Summers and Connor Ryan side by side coming into turn 1. Who's going to win on this one? Summers going to have the inside line. They've been swapping positions for quite a while, and Charlie Summers up into 9th. There is Alex Bennett. He's fallen off the back of these two a little bit, but still right there. Sarah Dove is still on the back of Erkan Lindstrom, who is still chasing Kimi Larson. A little bit further up the road, Phil Reed's fallen off the back of Rene Osterkamp. So Phil may be struggling to keep up with the pace of the 29 Sim-RC veteran. But I want to see what Paul Ilbrink can do with some clean air ahead of him. No, he hasn't got, so now he's not fending off Osterkamp. But if Osterkamp can make that particular mistake, then you would think anybody can.
Lindstrom on Larson.
There he goes.
Into the chicane.
Yeah, Larson let that one go. Lindstrom didn't have to fight that one too hard. Larson didn't fancy being side by side coming through that chicane. Sarah Dove still right in there as well, looking to not repeat the issues he had on the first race. Of course, he didn't see the checker flag last time around. She's in a decent scrap there. We're already over the halfway stage of this race. We're on lap 11, 10 down, another 11 to do. That's Phil Reed just going out of the shot. Just about saw Rene Osterkamp there. Keeping an eye on the lap times, Ilbrink didn't have a good one last time around with a 13.4, so he lost about 7 tenths on Fassbender. Well, we know what Paul is capable of. I think Paul's still got the fastest lap at the moment, with that, well, 1:12.618. So you certainly can get the pace when he needs it.
He surely has the pace, but it just don't. Fassbender's consistency with these fast times, which is something else.
Indeed, indeed. And there he is. That's the gap fore and aft. He's nearly 4 seconds between himself and Fassbender. He can barely even see Fassbender. Oh, there he goes. Just going through that final turn from the nose camera of the number 10 Radicals online car.
Fassbender with a personal best that time around as well.
12.669, and Ilbrink lost 3 tenths on the leader after that. Keeping an eye on this particular battle is spreading out a bit. Lindstrom, Larson and Dove. Lindstrom starting to get into a bit of a stride there. Got himself 3 tenths between himself and Kimi Larson last time around. Sarah Dove staying right in the tyre tracks of Kimi Larson. Oh, Osterkamp.
Oscar's been off again. Being turn 3 again.
Yeah, that let go on him somewhat. There goes Phil Reed. That's Erkan Lindstrom. And
here comes
Osterkamp. Wow, just. Oops, wrong way. Just manages to slot ahead of Kimi Larson. So that's really livened that particular battle up. Sarah Dove's got a great ringside seat for that one all going on. Sarah Dove will get a great amount of slipstream. So will Kimi Larson. Off the back of René Osterkamp. Is Sarah going to attack Kimi Larson? There she goes to the inside. In plenty of time to complete that one. Or at least make a statement of 10. No, she backs out of it. Oh, goodness me. Of course, Marcel Fassbender with the fastest lap by 12 thousandths of a second. Oh, no. Slightly less than that. 9 thousandths of a second from Paul Ilbrink. Paul getting his personal best last time around. 1:12.611. And Marcel, of course, getting slightly better with the 6:02. David Santana's brought his car into the pits. That's another one gone. That's nearly half the field we've lost in this race.
Yeah, we've been racing for 15 minutes.
Yeah, and
Road takes no prisoners.
You don't say. Wow, 8 cars gone in this 20-car field. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Who should we have a look at? Osterkamp is starting to close back in on Lidstrom. Oh, that's Larson. He came into the shot backwards there. Wow.
I heard the fall wheels screaming in pain when I was watching Osterkamp.
Oh, he nearly beached it. He looked that's a very raised curb coming out of 7. Looks very, very high up, and that's going to throw him right into the clutches of Summers, Martinson, and Ryan.
Oh, that's Osterkamp. Oh my god.
Fassbender again with a 12.4, a full second quicker than Ilbrink last time around. So Fassbender just proving, reasserting his authority on this race. Not that he needed to particularly. Summers on the back of Larson after the formers. So both of them AOR blue. Oh, Summers nearly colliding with the back of his teammate there. Charlie Summers is going to have the inside for turn 1. Job done. Larson probably didn't fight that one an awful lot, although saying that. Oh, well, that's close. That was very close.
That's getting Red Bull flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh, Ilbrink. Ilbrink's in trouble. He's lost a couple of positions. He's lost several positions. Oh, it's on the exit. The S's again. He got a little bit squirrely coming out. Did he hit the wall? Oh, heavy impact on the wall. Paul Ilbrink. Oh, my goodness me. 2 races in a row where he's had trouble. I bet that thing can't drive straight. No, that's not having any of it. Oh my way. Well, he might be lucky. He seems to have gotten back up to speed. With an impact like that, if he's able to drive that thing straight, I'll be stunned. That's made out of very strong stuff. Right ahead of them, that's René Osterkamp and Erkan Lindstrom. Osterkamp back up into 3rd position then. On the inside of that chicane. How on earth did you get away with that, Ilbrink? He's still going. But yeah, that's quite a wounded car.
Yeah, it looks to be down on pace compared to everyone else, and he's doing 230 down the start finish straight while everyone else is doing 240 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
Probably a bit of floor damage on that F3.
Oh,
the Lara car.
Sarah Dove just leaves him for dead in the middle of the S's there, and Ilbrink's just got no answer to that at all. 6 seconds back to Charlie Summers and 7 minutes of racing remaining. I dare say that Paul Ilbring's going to lose another few positions, and if that battle Summers-Larson catches him, then right behind him Martins and Ryan as well. And it could be another potentially four positions that Ilbring will lose.
Yeah, you can see. I'm just going to look at speeds here. Ilbring's losing so much speed.
Oh dear, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that as well, and he's just, that's going to be painful. It's going to be a painful recovery for him. Phil Reed.
He's 10 kilometers an hour down speed compared to Sarah Duff in front.
Oh, Conor Ryan has overtaken Knut Martin just as I looked away. Summers has still managed to fend off Larson. Osterkamp, Reed and Lindstrom all very close together, fighting for second. So great battle forming there. Difficult to know whether there's Larson on the inside of Summers. The AOR Blue drivers swapping around again. No, not quite. Oh, what a spin from Charlie Summers. I hope he's not running in VR, because I imagine he would have thrown up after that. Wrong button. So let's just look at that again. He just runs that little bit too wide. Oh my goodness. Comes to rest. Very, very dizzy, but now at the back of that pack. Does manage to get back going again before Alex Bennett catches him. So that's just how quickly the one little mistake can really affect you.
Yeah, I just tried to take a look at the summer spin in the cockpit. I got nausea off it.
Oh my, yeah, I bet you did.
Even on the 2D and the screen display, that thing gives a nausea.
Yeah, ain't no way now I recently got a VR, a couple of months ago got VR, and I'm just acclimatizing myself to it. There's not a chance I would watch that in VR, so fair play to Summers for kind of just getting himself sorted and getting going again. Whilst all that went on, Conor Ryan's actually gotten ahead of Kimi Larson, so the Radicals Online 43 has gone ahead of the AOR Blue 99. So streaming through turn 1 where all that's just kicked off. Conor then's going to have to fend off Kimi Larson. Knut's a second behind them, so he's got a little bit of catching up to do.
You're wondering, like how Fassbender has nothing in front of him and nothing behind me. Behind him, he is in absolute no man's land at the very front.
He's basically doing solo qualifying.
Solo qualifying in the race.
Yeah, whilst in the race, yeah. 16 seconds separates him in this battle. Phil Reed, Rennie Osterkamp and Erka Lindstrom. Here comes Osterkamp again.
Nothing out of the ordinary for Fassbender. Here comes Osterkamp inside.
Yeah, that's done. Oh no! Oh, me of little faith. Phil Reed was not letting Rennie have the position that easily. But that move is done. Rennie Osterkamp back up into second place.
Oh, Lindstrom.
Oh, Lindstrom has just bounced on Phil Reed. With Phil trying to defend that position, that's put the AOR Ryan slightly out of position. No, he does defend from Erka Lindstrom, but that's not what Reed wants. He wants to be able to get after Kimi Larson and Conor Ryan. Larson and Ryan trying to swap round, but Ryan defending that one. So two immense battles going on. All the while, where is Ilbring? He's 1.8 or so ahead of Ryan. So Ilbring wants Conor Ryan to slow himself down, fending off Kimi Larson. So Paul's got another 3 and a bit minutes to try and fend off, or trying to desperately cling on to that 6th position that he's in. Phil Reed is staying right with Rennie Osterkamp as well.
The problem for Ilbring is that Conor also has to keep pace up to defend from Larson.
Mm-hmm.
And Ilbring is losing so much time with his wounded car.
Yeah, that's Ilbring's no way going to be able to defend that for another 3 minutes. You can see the pack has now caught him. That is Daniel Morris ahead of them, I think. So the Morris or Santana. Oh no, it must be David Santana. Yep, it is. Car number 34. He's not going to be in anybody's way, but here comes Conor Ryan.
Santana's already is 2 laps down due to a stop.
Nearly 2 minute stop. And Ilbring let Conor go. I wouldn't be surprised if he lets Kimi Larson go, or he may not have a choice. Kimi
Well,
Larson.
he's probably got to keep Lawson behind as much as he can because Connor is Ilbrink's teammate.
He is indeed. Both of them.
Just create a bit of space for Connor, let him get away.
Yeah, he won't have to try to because, of course, the car has lost enough speed already. So.
As it's called in pop culture, the wingman strategy.
Yep. That's what it looks like from Paul Ilbrink's car. That's how quickly. He doesn't even defend it. Look, he just stays exactly where he is. He knows that one's done. But that has given. That's going to give 1.2 seconds to Conor Ryan against Kimi Larson. So his job is done. And he's got a back marker in between him, David Santana. Oh, Reed and Osterkamp side by side coming into turn one. Reed's going to have the inside line. Oh, we've seen this go wrong already, but they stay where they are. Who's going to win out? No, Phil Reed has to slot back behind Rene Osterkamp. Erkan Lindstrom 1.6 behind them. They've got barely over a minute remaining. Where is Fassbender? There he is. He could pretty much pull over and have something to eat at this rate. 18 seconds separates them now. So
Osterkamp basically treats people like a drive-through.
Yeah.
Just stop and get a sandwich, get going again.
Oh, Kimi's round. Kimi Larson's had a problem. In the S's again. Oh, slightly wide. That's where Phil Reed. Where Paul Ilbrink had his crash. Well, so many people have actually had a crash, so he's had to be careful. That's put him down in 10th position. Oh, what a shame for Kimi Larson. I was looking at such a strong finish, but has not paid off for him. Phil Reed still continues to hound Rene Osterkamp. Marcel Fassbender is coming into the S's himself. But battle for second rages on. And Ilbrink is already back down into 8th. Knut Martinson's gone through. Phil Reed can't do anything. And the checker flag is going to come out in 5 more seconds. Where's Fassbender? He's not going to beat the flag.
Oh, Osterkamp off.
Oh!
Good through.
Just as I looked away, what happened there? Coming into turn 3. Oh, he got a bit of a wiggle on. And Phil Reed just buzzes right round the outside. Fassbender's not crossed the line yet, so Phil Reed's now going to fend off Osterkamp for the remaining half a lap. But of course he's got this big straight. That's not what Phil would have wanted. He would have wanted to attack on that straight. But your winner here in the sprint race, he can just turn the engine off and coast from there. Of course he's not going to do that. It is your winner for the sprint race and setting the fastest lap again on the final 12.366 is Marcel Fassbender side by side. Phil Reed. Phil Reed, Rene Osterkamp. Phil Reed has just managed to nose ahead. Can he shut the door on Rene Osterkamp? No, not quite. Rene's going to have the inside. Oh, Rene Osterkamp only just. Rene Osterkamp by 0.02 of a second fends off Phil Reed for that second spot. How close was that? Erkan Lindstrom 6 tenths behind them. Sarah Dove, her best finish of the season in 5th position. Conor Ryan 6th. Knut Martinsson is 7th. Paul Ilbrink finishes eventually in 8th. Charlie Summers 9. Kimi Larson 10. And Alex Bennett is going to be the last car. Oh no, not quite. Beg your pardon. He's in 11th. Daniel Morris is the last car on the lead lap. He's going to finish in 12th. Oh, what a frantic finish for Phil Reed. 0.02 of a second. Not even the width of the rear of the front wing separated the top two.
Absolutely. Close. Yeah, I know. That was unbelievably close.
So just watching Daniel Morris come over the line. There it is. Your results as they stand. A double win for Fassbender here. And that is going to be Fassbender, Osterkamp, Reed, Lindstrom, Dove, Ryan, Martinson, Ilbrink, Summers, Larson, Bennett, Morris, Santana. And those that didn't see the flag were Waldo, Boucher, Grossman, Imre, Butalar, Sluman, and Barton. Oh, wow. What a crazy, crazy race that was.
Yeah, that was something else.
Yeah.
Intense throughout the entire thing.
Very much so. Interestingly, Mr. Ilbrink has made himself available to chat to us. Let's see what the man has to say. Hello, Paul.
Hey.
Well, that was not... It didn't go your way, I think it's fair to say.
No, I knew like that whole top 4 streak would have come to an end at some points, but I would have liked it to come to an end with finishing 5th in one and still top 4 in another race.
Sure thing.
I don't know.
Well, so first it was a road cone that was that wanted to hang on to you. So a road cone wanted your autograph and wouldn't leave until you gave it. And then you finally fell victim to the S's in the wall.
Yeah, like this is such an awesome track to race at. Like it's so challenging, which is like I think like one of the best tracks that we visit this season. Maybe the best track even. But at the same time, that's also what makes it so dangerous. And with Rene spinning in front of me and just avoiding that, and at the same time seeing what insane, consistent, quick lap times Marcel was doing, you get into like a zone where you think like, well, I can't catch Marcel unless he spins or something, and the gap to behind is big enough, so your mind starts wandering a bit, and I don't know, before you know it, you end up in the barrier backwards. So
a great shame, but still rounds to play, and you still will have the lead. So but that's made it a bit more challenging for you to hang on to that lead. Is it? Are you still confident you can bring home the trophy?
I hope so. I mean, I can use this as a drop week, I guess, so I'm not too worried. And yeah.
I'd forgotten about that. Yes, that's true. The drop weeks are part of this season.
Yeah, I think so. So it's a good wake-up call to remind me that I need to stay focused all the races, and yeah, I'll be better next time.
Good luck for the remainder of the season.
Thank you.
Well, you've got a few others that have made themselves available. Let's see if we're going to interrupt a conversation. We've got Sarah Dove with us once again. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
So, but once again, mixed fortunes for you. What happened in the feature race?
The F3 happened. Basically, if you exist in the same dimension as a curb, it will kill you. So
the curb's bit you.
Yeah, I went through turn 5, slightly went over the exit curb and into the wall, and then I lost the rear wing. So I was like, oh, I'll just go and pit and get a new one and come back out. But the game said that I was too much damaged, even though the car was fine. So,
but a nice,
that wasn't that great.
But a nice, strong result in the sprint race. You were right behind Kimi Larson for a while.
Yeah, I was hoping that was going to be what my feature race was like. But the feature race, I can't go fast at the start of the race because the tires aren't up to like temperature and pressure and everything, and I just can't go fast. So I lost like 3 positions and was going really slow, and then crashed. So the really good qualifying that I didn't turn out to be any good, but then I did even better in the qualifying for the sprint, and then thankfully went up for other people. But for me, some other people crashed into a wall. So.
Well, a nice recovery for the sprint racing, and good luck for the remaining rounds of the season.
Thank you.
Let's grab Mr. Phil Reed into the box. Hello, Phil.
Hello.
That was rather close at the end of the sprint race.
I'm not sure we recall the same race. I don't think it was. Was it close?
A little bit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's annoying because I had the move planned out, and I was thinking, oh, I'll sit on the apex a little bit more, and I couldn't quite get it. And he had like a slither of front wing alongside, and I'm like, well, technically it's a straight, so I have to leave him room. So I did that. And unfortunately, he had the shorter run to the line, so, and also a better or a lower downforce car, so he was able to just about get it. But I was more proud of the fact that I'd set it up corner, like going onto the straight, because after he went off, I was like, right, okay, I'll move through here, because sitting behind him probably wasn't going to work. So I thought if I go past him and then stay ahead of him and then have a little bit of a lift off coming out onto the straight, he'll get ahead really early, and then I can dip back into the slipstream and then use it to try and get a move done, which I almost did, and it almost worked out, apart from I couldn't quite get it turned right in the chicane.
And you had a great recovery drive in the feature race too.
Yeah, I mean, the feature race was a funny one, because I had way more pace than I expected. Had a great fight with the sim RC of Simon, and was going like side by side for ages, and then I can't remember exactly what happened, but I ended up ahead of him. I think he spun or something, maybe. I don't really actually remember, but I got past, and then I kind of just had really good pace until I decided to slide, which is apparently something that I just enjoy doing, which obviously put me behind a few cars, and then miraculously in the pit stops I actually gained time, which is completely unusual for me. I'm normally losing time in the pits. Gain time, got ahead of Charlie and Urka. Charlie then got back past, and then I got back past him, and then we cursed Chris into crashing.
Nice, as you do. So, confident for the remaining rounds? Have we lost to Phil?
Oh.
Oh, Phil's dead. Okay, well, hopefully Phil is confident for the remaining rounds. And we will move on to our double race winner. Oh, I do interrupt the conversation. Apologies there. It's
Hello.
Mr. Fastbender. My goodness me, you have confirmed that aliens exist.
Well, thank you.
Were you confident on being that dominant before the race began?
To be honest, not at all, really. I was thinking the entire week, I'm going to throw it away anyway and stuff like that, because practice was quite difficult this week with this track and car combination, because it's just every touch on the curb is basically race ending, and expectations were quite low.
Wow, goodness me. And you then go in and put on a show like that. And both times, fastest lap in the final lap of the race as well. So you weren't really willing to slow down at all, were you?
No, because that's just a thing from me. When I start to slow down to, play it safe, that's where usually all my mistakes start happening, and just got a good rhythm and just went full from the start to the end, and it just worked out.
So that's going to really heat up the championship for the remaining 3 rounds. You looking forward to it?
Of course, I think Paul is still in front by much, considering the drop weeks, and just the races that I messed up, like Zandvoort or Donington, but just going to fight till the very last lap and see where it gets me.
Best of luck for the remaining rounds, Marcel.
Thank you.
And that is going to be it for this evening. Thank you very much to those that have been with us throughout the stream. A great pleasure to have you alongside us. Thank you very much, Simon, for joining me in the commentary box. Always a pleasure to have you with me, sir.
You're welcome.
There's plenty of action going on AOR side in the days to come. We'll be back iRacing for the GTE League on Monday, so do check back with us. Until then, thank you very much, and good night.